This is.
What's your name, brother?
This is
Manny.
And you said you're doing what? For how many years?
Uber for 7 years, 4 months.
Wow, and you have a what? I mean, literally, anybody seen that? 99% rating.
99% acceptance rate.
Wow.
And how
Man.
many total rides?
Do you
Total
want
rides-
do you want to hide your information and just show
Okay.
it on the phone?
Yeah.
Man. Wow. Seriously.
Total rides 28,371.
Wow.
You can drive in 24 hours?
Huh?
You drive in 24
No.
hours?
No.
You have a schedule for that?
Ask the questions, guys. That's the good time.
And when it's busy, I drive daytime, and when it's slow, I drive nighttime.
Okay.
Like I said,
And how many hours do you drive per week?
आपको कर लूँ record?
when it's busy, I just do 8 hours a day, and when it's slow, I do about probably 10.
Okay, how many miles do you have on your car?
It was my third car. This one has 143. Every 3 years, I get another car.
Okay, so, and what did it cost for that car?
Okay. Let's start with the one before. The one before was a Prius, a year old, 50,000 miles. I got it for 20,000 with tax title license. This one, during the pandemic, 40,000 tax title license, but brand new, no miles.
Okay.
40. So yeah, so I have to pay it off in 3 years.
And so you're breaking even by spending $40,000, $60,000.
I wouldn't say so because when on the busy weeks, it's easy for me to pull $2,000 easy.
Yeah, but you're breaking even on your car. What do you think your actual pay is after you factor in the cost of the car and maintenance?
Well, I'm paying. Okay, the maintenance is my tires last me 80,000 miles. Okay, so
Yeah, it's a Prius.
Yeah, Prius, a Continental. So if I go about 80,000 miles, and it roughly costs me about 1,000 for tires every 80,000 miles.
And you said you're on your third car.
Yeah, I'm on third car.
Okay, so how much is the last one?
The last one was only 20. This one was 40 grand. You know, I paid double for this one. This one was twice as much because of the pandemic to get a Prius. But so I mean, the tires are kind of pricey, right? 1,000 for it lasts me 80,000 miles. The oil changes are $105 2 times a month.
2 times a
Two
month.
times, yes. And then
What about brakes?
no brakes.
No brakes?
You got an engine brake.
Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't know how.
Yeah, no
Never
brakes.
drove
I
Prius.
never put brakes on a Prius. I've never, even when I had an SUV, I never put brakes on it. I had 300, almost 400,000 miles. I never did brakes on once.
So have you figured out what your cost is?
For a ride, like to give a ride,
Well, no. When you factor in your pay minus expenses, have you figured your cost?
my cost to give a ride is approximately $4 a ride. My cost with insurance, gas, car, and everything, about $4 a ride is what it costs me to give a ride. And I mean, the big advantage is, right?
And what you're making, what does it equal per hour?
Well, I never look at it on an hour basis. I look at it like on a weekly basis. You know, I got it pretty much figured out. You know, so if I take my number of rides times $4 per ride, that's going to give me my cost to do business for that week. So, and that's
then-
just an average.
Okay, but what I'm trying to get at is, okay, that's your cost, but what are you clearing after that cost?
Yeah. Okay. So let's say like I have to do the math. I really never do it, but let's see. Okay, on a busy week, I'll do about. Where's my calculator? No, busy week about $2,000. But 100 and let's say 120 rides.
Two grand, and you still accept each and every ride.
Yeah, but
I used to accept every ride until they came up with upfront pricing,
No,
and
but-
then
but-
it just went to shit. I was diamond driver
Yeah,
for years.
For the most part, I'm getting funneled the better customers with a higher tipping customers. For the most part, not exclusively, but for the most part, and I'm getting a lot.
So do you think that's fair?
No, absolutely not. No, of course I don't think it's fair. I would
I
say
mean-
that helps me be able to accept all the rides, because like I will also, the other riders that I get are the ones that none of y'all will accept. I get 4.1, 4, 3.9, 3.8, 4.2, 4.3. I get all the ones that no other driver anywhere around will accept. I get them, but then I get rewarded for taking that. I get also the top. But
So basically, you're saying that they're manipulating
Sure.
your trips.
absolutely.
Well, we knew they were. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, because all of a sudden one day I'm starting to get $8, $9, $10 tips.
Chad.
A $5 tip is a low tip. You know, like on a lot of these airport runs, you know, I'll get $8, $9, $10 tips, and I never used to get that before.
So what? Like last week, what'd you make in tips?
Tips. I don't do a lot of airport all the time.
Well, no.
Yeah,
I mean, other people
Yeah,
tip too, not just airport.
Last week was slow for me, $1,269 last week.
In tips?
No, total. Tips was 165 in tips.
So
I did,
a little over 10%.
yeah, 91 rides last week. Not a good week.
Any questions,
I'd
sir?
be curious to know what your average per hour is. That's what I'd be curious to know after expenses.
Oh, yeah, I'd have to track it. It can't be too bad because of the fact that I have a Prius. That's the only reason.
But you also have to factor in the cost of the car.
That's right, and the big factor is this Prius cost me exactly twice what my previous Prius cost me. So I'm thinking about keeping this Prius for.
So you had 3 cars though. You have a 20 and a 40. What about the third?
The third one was about 20, 21. It was a SUV.
Okay, so you're looking at like $80,000 in how many years?
7 years and. let's see,
Say 10,000 a year.
10, yeah, 7.5 years.
7.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd just be curious to know what your per hour is.
So I got a question now.
Yeah.
So you've been doing like, you take all rides, not now, you've been doing this
For a long
from
time.
beginning, right?
A long time.
So you said slowest week you make $2,000.
No, busy week, 2,000.
Busy week
Yeah,
you make 2,000
2,000.
and you take everything.
Everything.
And what do you got? Just X and
Just X and green.
X and green. That's it.
The last week that you drove, how many hours did you drove? You said you made around 1,200.
Yeah, but a lot
And
of the
how many
times-
hours did you drove?
I don't know exactly how many hours I drive because a lot of like say I'm not driving and I'm gonna leave the app on. I don't want any rides. I'll put it on package only. So I'll turn off. I just leave package on. So there could be 20 hours that is just on package, and I'm not gonna get a, I'm not gonna get a ride. But like let's say I'm
But still you are out for the work.
well, I may be at home, but just I leave the app on because let's say. Logged in, and I'm not taking a ride because I only got the package on, and I'm waiting for the reservation. So that gives me breaks, and probably I would say an average of 2 hours a day. I'm on package only.
And you drive 7 days a week?
Yeah, usually. I may take one day
How
off,
many hours did you drove last week?
including the time I was on package. Let's see. Like last night, for instance, last night
Last week.
Okay, last week. Including the hours I was on package, 68 hours, but probably 2 hours a day times what, 7, 14, so probably closer to 54 hours driving, because about 14 hours wasn't driving. I was just logged in for package. I didn't want to get a ride, but I'm waiting for a reservation. Like let's say I'm taking a lunch or I'm taking a break, and then so the reservations give me a chance to take a break. So I can say, okay, if I want to take a nap, if I want to take an hour nap, I have a reservation. So
Let's say you are on package for 10 hours a week, and you divide that in the total money that you have made. You divide that in hours. You are making $20.06, 60 cents per hour.
Yeah, but there's
And
many a weeks.
and
But that's not including expenses.
no,
Yeah,
no, that's
yeah.
not included in
That's right.
expenses. So and you did 91 rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, 91 rides last week. So
But there's plenty of times when it's busy that I'm popping 35 an hour or 30 an hour when it's busy.
yeah, but sometimes it's not even busy. Sometimes I drove one day for 3 hours and I only made $4.37 because there was no ride.
Yeah,
I never got a single X ride.
Yeah, but I'll get priority so over other drivers.
You said how many rides you have on the Lyft?
Lyft 40. Let's see.
Now you insulting a Lyft.
Lyft is 4,788.
4,788
On
and
Lyft.
28,000 on just Uber. Why are you discriminating between Lyft and Uber?
Because I was in a lawsuit with Lyft. I don't trust Lyft too much. I was in a 3-year lawsuit with Lyft. I got rear-ended on a Lyft ride downtown Austin on Congress by the Mayor Watson's chief of staff. Rear-ended me with passengers.